I promise I had this video in mind to do for a few days now, but I promise the green shirt was just a coincidence. What's going on, y'all? It's Sean here. I want to talk about this Doctor Doom thing and Robert Downey Jr. Honestly, when I saw that announcement, what was it, Saturday? I didn't think much. I mean, I thought it was really cool. I seen it. I was like, okay, that's okay. I had thoughts on it, but I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just gonna let it be. But the more and more I saw people talk about it, I was like, okay, I think I have to put my piece in on it. So let's talk about it. I took just a couple notes, so we're just gonna talk about this. I'm trying to not make this too long of a video. I'm gonna try to get this green light busting in the background. I put them on. I don't know if they're hitting though. So honestly, when we're talking about where I'm at with this whole idea of RDJ playing Doctor Doom in the MCU, honestly, I'm not mad. Like I'm okay with it. I'm fine with it. I don't have any problem with it. I think the casting made sense. And there's some caveats here. I know that I'm probably gonna get some angry fanboys down in the comments, but I think it made sense. I do think it's a desperate casting choice. I think it definitely feels like Marvel is like, okay, who do they love? Who can we put in this film that's gonna get us back in their good graces? And they were like, okay, we got RDJ. Okay, fine. Just back up the money truck, back up the Brinks truck, back up the dump truck, and fill that thing with cash and just dump it on that man's front lawn. But like, I don't think we need to be taking this completely at face value here. And I've seen other people make this argument in the time passing, and this is exactly what I was thinking as soon as I heard it. First off, we're coming off of Deadpool and Wolverine, and spoilers if you haven't seen that film, not the craziest spoilers, but so if essentially we learn of this concept of anchor beings in this film, right? Anchor beings who are essentially the person with the most importance in this universe, and if they die, then essentially that universe begins to die, it begins to dilapidate, it begins to fall apart, and this usually takes thousands of years. Despite how many plot holes can be poked in that whole concept right there, I think it's safe to assume that Iron Man might have been, I'm not calling it 616, Earth 1999's anchor being. I think it's safe to assume that. I mean, he is the character that essentially we followed the same way that we followed Hugh Jackman's Wolverine in the X-Men universe films. We followed Iron Man. He was the central being to this universe. He was the central character. He was the most popular character, the one that they put the most time and effort into. And he's the one that got the big send-off at the end in Endgame. So I think it's logical to assume that he's probably the anchor being in this universe. And this universe is probably steadily dying. And that kind of loops into my second point. I'm of the mind, I think we're pretty much all of the mind that 9 times out of 10, like, I think we pretty much all know that after Secret Wars, we're probably getting a soft reboot here. I don't think we're just going to keep on going with this universe in the same exact way that we're going. I think we're going to get a few recasts. I think some characters are going to come back. I think that some characters are going to stay gone. And I think this universe is kind of going to get twisted around and contorted a little bit. And we're going to, kind of shake up this Rubik's Cube a little bit. So I don't think this universe is going to be the exact same after Secret Wars. And the same with Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom. I don't think he's going to be Doctor Doom after Secret Wars. Now, I see a lot of people who are like, I think he's going to be Tony Stark as Doctor Doom. First, I don't think they're doing that. I don't think this is just going to be another Tony Stark variant being Doctor Doom. I don't believe that they're going to do that. I mean, not only just from them saying on stage that, hey, this is Victor Von Doom, but also Marvel has already proved, and they already have a previous precedent for having actors play different characters throughout the multiverse. So I don't think this happening, or even the Hugh Jackman stuff, but we're not talking about that right now, saying that Robert Downey Jr. coming back shits on Iron Man's death or anything like that, because it doesn't. It has nothing to do with it. Different character from out the multiverse. Now, if it does for some reason happen to be like, oh, this is a Tony Stark even if it was a Tony Stark, I don't think it will hurt his death because that character is still dead. But if he does happen to be a Tony Stark, which I highly doubt, I think that does come closer to like, hurting the significance of Earth 1999-99's Tony Stark's death. But I'm pretty sure, at this point, I'm like 95% sure that that's not Tony Stark and it's just a Victor Von Doom variant. And I mean, I know like the previous Fantastic Four film showed us a lot of Victor Von Doom without the mask on for some reason. Honestly, if we just keep this mask on him in this whole film like he usually does in the comics, because he rarely takes that mask off in the books. If we just do that, and we know that RDJ is a good actor. I mean, he just won an Oscar for Oppenheimer. And we know even for this, like, he's a good actor. He is a good actor. We know this. I think he can pull this off. For the people that say it lessens the impact of Doctor Doom if he shows up later, I mean, I get where you're coming from, but like, if this Doctor Doom is built up enough, and if that Doctor Doom is built up enough, I don't think it's going to hurt that Doctor Doom at all, honestly. Like, I don't think it's going to... Nothing, And don't forget that we probably would have never been in this situation if A, Ant-Man Quantumania wasn't as bad as it was and didn't nerf Kang as much as it did, and B, Jonathan Majors didn't go do some dumb shit and fuck his career. Yeah, I mean, those are my biggest things. I mean, like, we're probably going to be getting a reboot after Secret Wars, so I highly doubt that he's still going to be Doctor Doom in that universe, in that post-Secret Wars version of the MCU. And, I mean, like, honestly, like, bro, let's just wait and see. Let's just wait and see what they're cooking. And if we don't like the taste of it, then, let's spit the shit out. But, like, at this point, we don't know enough. We barely know anything. All we know is that RDJ is playing Victor Von Doom in the MCU, and it's likely going to be a multiversal variant of Victor Von Doom, not this universe's version of Victor Von Doom. Whatever. So yeah, let's just wait and see what happens. Honestly, that's where I'm at with it. I'm not mad at it. I'm not elated with it. I'm just like, okay, cool. Let's see what happens. So yeah, I mean, that's where I'm at with it. Let me know what y'all all think down in the comments. Didn't want to make this video too long because it's just some quick little thoughts that I had on my head that I really wanted to get off my chest about this Victor Von Doom situation because everybody's talking about it. So yeah, we're gonna talk about it too. I'll see you guys next time. Later.